Yo, what is up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, okay, mic's working. Yo, what is up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So let's get straight into it. One of the most lit parts of the NBA season is here. I gotta come back with the flames from my dogs. So literally, some trade was supposed to happen a few hours ago. Nikola Mirotic was gonna get traded to the Pelicans for Amir Ashik and a first-round pick. Now, if this still is gonna go down later on throughout the day or tomorrow, I think this is a good trade for both sides. You know, since Cousins went down, the Pelicans were aggressively looking for more offensive help on the court, and specifically, they were looking for more shooters. This deal that they were gonna do with the Bulls, on top of getting a shooter, they're also releasing a bad contract. So hopefully, the Pelicans can pull this off because this trade will help them so much. So looking at this from the Bulls' point of view, it's a good trade to get rid of Nikola Mirotic, who wanted out because he got his face abused and misused and broken by Bobby Portis. So the Bulls would have gotten a first-round pick to get more talent through the draft, which helped speed up the rebuilding process. But they had to take Amir Ashik's contract. Well, for the Bulls, it's not really a big deal because they got a lot of money to spend and it really won't affect their pockets like that. So great trade for both sides. Now let's get into the bigger trade rumors. A few days ago, the Knicks made it clear that they were shopping their shooting guard Courtney Lee, by the way, who has been great so far this season for the Knicks. He's averaging about 14 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this dude has been shooting lights out this whole season. And he's at 42% from 3. So he's been good for the Knicks, but here's the problem. This man, Courtney Lee, puts the Knicks in a bad position. Not in a negative way, but you know, the Knicks are winning too much. It's supposed to be tanking and losing games. So they can find another young star through the draft that they can pair up with Frank Ntilikina and Kristaps Porzingis. And right now, the New York Knicks stand at 22 and 28. So they're on their way to a late lottery pick in the NBA draft, which is setting them back from their goal, just to get a young star player. And in order to do that, the Knicks need to suck, and Courtney Lee is preventing them from doing that. The Knicks still can find the stud that they're looking for, but they'd have to be really lucky to find someone like that late in the lottery. Now, this is where we mentioned OKC. We all know how weak their bench is. If OKC had someone like Courtney Lee who has an ability to score really well, he'd make their second unit much better. And you know, if OKC didn't even want him coming off the bench, they could start the man right next to Russell because he's a great defender and he can shoot threes at a high rate. So I think this is a trade that OKC needs to pull off, especially since Roberson is out. They're gonna miss his defense. Having Courtney Lee replace Andre Roberson is a plus overall in my opinion. He doesn't play as great defense as Andre Roberson, but he still does play great defense and he also can shoot the ball very well. So, you know what I'm saying? Who would OKC have to give up? If the Knicks were smart, they'd go ahead and try to finesse Terrence Ferguson. But I don't think GM Sam Presti is allowing T. Ferg to go anywhere. I think he's staying put in OKC because that man has potential to be something special in this league. Oh, what can OKC trade? Well, look, I think OKC will probably end up trading Alex Abrinas, Tyler... What's that name?
That's tough.
So I think OKC will end up trading Alex Abrinas and Kyle Zinger, and along with that, maybe a first-round pick. That's a trade I can see going down soon. But anyways, on to the next trade rumor. It looks like the Detroit Pistons aren't done making moves yet, and you know they've been actively shopping Stanley Johnson, and they might have just found a trade partner, the Utah Jazz. Rumors came out that the Detroit Pistons were willing to trade away Stanley Johnson in return for Rodney Hood to the Utah Jazz. Hey, they need to do this trade because with that Blake Griffin trade that just happened yesterday, that basically gutted their depth, and they have little shooting on that team now. And they pretty much have a hole at the small forward shooting guard position now, since Avery Bradley and Tobias Harris were traded. And they want to trade for Rodney Hood so he can fill in that hole. You know, this is a pretty good trade for Detroit now in my opinion. Now, I believe they'd go for someone better than Rodney Hood like Courtney Lee, but they don't really have that many assets because of that Blake Griffin trade. So I mean, Rodney Hood is straight. His two biggest problems are that, for one, he's injury prone like crazy, and also he's inconsistent. Good scorer, great scorer when he wants to be, but he can also be ice cold stone like the ice on my wrist. I'm broke. Stop lying to yourself, boy. So, hey, it's a risk. So looking at this at the Utah Jazz point of view, Rodney Hood's not going to be with them next season because of the emergence of Donovan Mitchell, the 6'3" beast. I'm going to get a Mitchell jersey soon. Just watch. You think I'm playing? Yeah, they really don't have any use for Rodney Hood anymore because his time with the Utah Jazz, in 2 words, inconsistent and injured. But those two things almost the whole time he was there. And also he's a free agent after the season as well. So the Utah Jazz might as well get something for him now before he walks for free. So the Utah Jazz might end up getting Stanley Johnson, who still has potential to be a good player in this league. He just needs to develop that jumper, man. That's it. And he's straight. So the last trade rumor. If you didn't know, the Boston Celtics plan to pursue Tyreke Evans. I spoke on this man's name too many times. Let's just say this. He's been absolutely balling the entire season so far, averaging something like 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting lights out. And who love the Boston Celtics? Because one of the biggest problems for the Celtics is their offense. They have a great defense, just their offense, it struggles a lot, especially off the bench. But yeah, I think the Celtics are going to pull off this trade sooner than later. They're probably going to give up their own first round pick this year for Tyreke Evans. But this is the video, man. Let me know what you guys think of this video, like, and I'll get right with you.